Fascinating Gemara. Baba Metzia Daf Pei Hey. Iklu Rebbe la'asrei de Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon. Rebbe, the famous Rebbe, you know, he was the one who made the whole Gemara, and he was so holy, Rebbe Yehuda Anasi, that they called him Rebbe. Everybody was a Rebbe, but he was Rebbe. Rebbe was Rebbe Yehuda Anasi, and he went la'asrei de Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon to the place where Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon lived. We all know Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon. Rebbe Elazar ben Reb Shimon bar Yochai means Reb Shimon bar Yochai, and his son Rebbe Elazar, who was in the cave with him for 12 plus 1, 13 years. Amr lahem, and he told these people in this city, Yesh loy ben loy say tzaddik, is there a child to this tzaddik, Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon? Amr la yesh loy ben, yes. They said yes. There is a son. He has a son. V'chol zoyna sheniskarta b'shnayim seichrosoi b'shmoyna. And this is his reputation, that every zayna, which we're not going to say in English, mixed company, if you don't know what it is, then I'm not going to tell you. Every zayna that people pay to, whatever, he pays 8. He pays 4 times the price. Not exactly the kind of reputation that you want to have for any child. And you're talking about his father, who was Elazar bar Reb Shimon, and his grandfather is Reb Shimon bar Yochai. Okay, so all of you who are saying, how could I have a kid, OTD, Rebbe Elazar bar Reb Shimon bar Yochai is Einikel. So what did he do? What did he do? What would you say? What kind of fire and brimstone message would you have for this kid? Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon's son? Do you know who your grandfather was? Do you understand Reb Shimon bar Yochai? And you how could you have fallen so far? And you can go on and on and on and on and on. Das Torah doesn't do that. You know why? Because it doesn't work. What did Rebbe do? Rebbe was so holy that they called him Rebbe. It was a sign of a lashon of kedusha and the honor that everyone in Klal Yisrael had for him. He was Rebbe. Says the Gemara, Asye, Asmachya beRebbe. He went over to him, he gave him smicha, and he said, you have a title called Rebbe. Says Rashi, Shiyu Kairin Oysay Rebbe, that everybody should call him Rebbe. Just like they called me, Rebbe Yehuda Anasi Rebbe, everyone should call him Rebbe. Kedei sheyitakna v'yasem alibay al Talmud Torah. Everybody should call him Rebbe, right? Everyone should stand up and be mechabed him in order that he should have self-pride. V'yasem alibay al Talmud Torah. He should realize, wow, me, I'm a lowlife. I'm a messed up kid. Obviously, something went wrong over there. And Rebbe, and everybody stands up when he comes in, and they sing all the proper songs for tzaddikim. He has a title. He gave him smicha, automatic smicha. How long do you have to practice to get smicha? A few years, no? Asmachi beRebbe. He gave him smicha. No longer is he known as rebel. He's now known as Rebbe. And what happened? He did tshuva. He built his self-esteem. You think you're lost. You think it's over. You think that your father and your grandfather looked down at you as a piece of garbage, never brought anybody back. What brings people back is when they feel good about themselves and they realize, I have self-worth. If I have self-worth, I'm worth fighting for. And that's what made him come back to Torah. This is a Gemara. How many years ago was the Gemara? Anybody know? Many. That's the right answer. Thank you. We have a scholar in the audience. Many years ago, more than 100. 1800. 1800 years ago, and they didn't give patch and yell at him and scream at him and fire and brimstone and musar. And why didn't he curse him? In those days, by the way, they knew how to make a guy die. Like, boom. You learn the Gemara, things didn't go right. Nosan einav bay, gal shel atzamais, all kinds of stuff. Right? Nothing. Asmachya beRebbe. What? Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's why we don't do it anymore. Now we just know how to kill. They knew how to resuscitate also, right? You could only do that when you could put the guy back together again after the next time moving to Yerushalayim or whatever the story is, right? Right. But amazing, amazing. He didn't even give him a schmooze about his potential. He gave him the title that you would get after sitting and learning for years and getting smicha, smachi berebi. And who gave me the title? The Gadol Ador. The Gadol Ador thinks that I'm amazing. That's the 100%. So we're not the Gedolei Ador, so we have to work a lot harder. But it's the same medicine. Smiling and giving stolz to the kid. How do you say that in English? How do you say stolz? Pride. That's a bad word these days. Right? So we're going to give him self-confidence. We are proud of you. You're amazing. You're incredible. That's how you make people become Bali Tshuva. Kedushas Levi says, Miyoyim Briyas Ha'olam, from the day of creation until many, many thousands of years later, Hashem did a lot of amazingly powerful stuff. He destroyed the world, and Noach and the survivors, they knew what happened. And they knew why was the world destroyed? Because of sin, right? Then, Stoim Ba'amira, everybody knew about it on the next day on the WhatsApp. Right, B'Shas, right then. Amazing. Why was Stoim Ba'amira destroyed? Corruption, moral corruption. A lot of big stuff happened in the world. And he says, guess what? Not one Baal Tshuva. Nobody became frum from it. Isn't that amazing? Avram and Noach, he says, were tzaddik me'ikara. They were born that way. They didn't become frum from it. But how come, after Stoim and Amira, all the other chevron who heard about this didn't come running and say, okay, Hashem, you win. You turned over Stoim and Amira. This is really bad. I read about it. There was a volcano in Hawaii. There's an eruption. People got murdered. You are God. I am going to stop bowing down to idols, and I got you. Says the Kedushas Levi, Hashem did not manage to make one Baal Tshuva. Incredible. By being tough. And we think we're going to stop the kid's credit card and break his iPhone and make rules, consequences, and boundaries. And from that, you're stronger than God? No, so how do you make a Baal Tshuva? He says, look at the Torah. We were all messed up in Mitzrayim, Mem Teshari Tumah. We were all idol worshippers. All of us. What did Hashem do? The first thing he did, Asmachya Berebi. He said, tells Moshe Rabbeinu, go tell Hashem, do you know who you're messing with? B'ni b'chayri Yisrael. B'ni b'chayri Yisrael? That messed up kid who just dropped out of rehab and he's stealing stuff and he's selling drugs and he's bowing to idols. He's messed up. We've lost everything. Almost everything. Mem Teshari Tumah. We barely held on to anything. We stopped giving a bris to our children. And Hashem says, go tell Parai, do you know who you're messing with? B'ni b'chayri Yisrael. The Medrash says it's a lashon of Ava and Chiba. He gave us the title B'char, even though we're not the B'char. The Medrash says there are two children, categories of children that Hashem has. One is Malachim. They're called B'nei Elikim. One is Klal Yisrael. Banim atem l'Hashem Elokeichem. So angels are called son, and Jews are called son, children. Frekter Levi in the Medrash, and I don't know which one does Hashem love more. Really? Which one does Hashem love more? The angels who behave like angels, never sin, never mess up, do what they're told, APK, autopilot kids, or Hashem's other kids, the humans who sinas chinam, charban beis hamikdash, rebellious, al chetz, ashamnu baganus, slach lanus, all kinds of like bucket loads of messed upness, and the Medrash says, and I don't know which one, which one does Hashem love more? Medrash answers, because we're called B'ni B'chayri Yisrael, we have the title of B'chayr, firstborn, and we were not created first. Angels were created before us, but Hashem took the title, the crown of firstborn, and He placed it on us, His children. Therefore, you should know that Klal Yisrael is more chashuv to Hashem, more loved, he says, Lashon Ava, more love, yoyser mimalachei hashares, more than heavenly angels. What's the Chiddush? The Chiddush is, if Hashem would have told this to us when we were by Kabbalas HaTorah, wow, okay. But when did He tell it to us? When we were Amem Teshari Tumah. bowing down to idols. Hashem says, Asmachi beRebbe, you're my kid. I have faith in you. I'm proud to be your father. B'ni b'chayri Yisrael. That's not a message. It's a message of how to make somebody come back. No matter what your kid is doing, they need to know that I am proud to be your mommy. I am proud to be your father. They need to know B'ni b'chayri Yisrael. But what do you mean? It's because the potential. But what do you mean? Look how they're acting. There's a reason. Go back. Yes, don't start in Bishalach, boy. There's Va'era and there's Shemais. There was slavery. There was Shibud. There was Tiruf Das. They're messed up in the head. There's a story here. There's a reason why your kid's behaving the way they're behaving against Hashem and against you. Right? We always look at it like, oh, so he's not from. That's like we're not from against Hashem. It's more. When we were not behaving well to Hashem, that's like him stealing your car, behaving not good to you personally. Plus, Ruchnius. And still Hashem says, I know who you are. That was the beginning of the Yeshua. You are B'ni b'chayri Yisrael, even Emem Teshari Tuma. Yisrael, Afal Pi Shechata. Yisraelu. It's irreversible. Ki Yadua. Then he started beating up our enemies. He should have said, first, we're all going to go rent Madison Square Garden. There's a Yom Iyun. We're going to sing. We're going to dance. We're going to Yom Tshuva. How about a Yom Kippur? We're having a day, no eating, no sleeping, no drinking. Everybody do Tshuva, and then I'll save you. Would have been a very nice story. Really? You willing to accept us? One day of Tshuva? Hashem did not require that. He starts Dam Tzfardei Akinim Arav, doing open miracles for us, while we're still bowing down to idols and we're still messed up, no tshuva. And from that, what did Hashem get? Nothing. So he continued. What did he give us? Money. He knew I'm dealing with Jews, the chosen people. What's the word? Vayinatzlu etz Mitzrayim? Geld. Okay, we're yours, you know. Almost. Still not. But yeah, give him the credit card. Go use dad's credit card. We had a very cute story here where father gave his kid the credit card and the kid knew how to use it very well. That was the one thing the kid did very well. Consistency. Consistently using the credit card. And then one day they got really close and the father said, you know what, let's go out to a nice restaurant. The kid said, sure. They went out to the restaurant. At the end of the meal, the bill comes and the kid takes it and goes, Dad, this one's on me. He took out his father's credit card and paid for it. Now, I got to tell you, even though he knew his father's really paying for it, he really felt that this is his credit card. And in his way, it was this is on my cheshbon, even though you pay my cheshbon. Oh, wow, all of a sudden we have money. We got all this money, but we're still slaves on the run. And then Hashem does amazing Kriyas Yamsuf, like so many of you parents, you're doing Kriyas Yamsuf, just instead of splitting the sea, you're flying over the sea, going to Cancun and Hawaii and taking them on vacation. Amazing. Still not. Then Hashem killed all of our enemies and the trauma was over. Every Jew saw the Mitzri, right, that traumatized him, that beat him, that murdered his family. They got to see the guy dead, al Svas Hayom. Says the Kedushas Levi, that's the way you make Baal Tshuva. That's the way you make Bali Tshuva. Take away their pain. They should stop running away from whatever's chasing them. Be on their side. Give them money. Break the rules of nature. Break the rules of your house for them. Under guidance. Kedushas Levi doesn't say under guidance. I'm adding that. Just for the crazy people out there who do crazy stuff and say, it's TP. I'm like, what? TP is what I say TP is. Under guidance and under Das Torah, right? But that's how you make people change. Says the Kedushas Levi, 49 days later, right? In those 49 days, went straight up. And Kabbalah Satira. That's the way you make Bali Tshuva. Asmach beRebbe, I am proud to be your father. It's not easy. You got to find ways to be proud. There's a lot to be proud of. These kids who parents throw out, but all the guys working on the street with an open heart, and it's not your kid, it's easier, but we like them. I really like off the derech kids. There's what to like. There's what to be proud of. It's your pain. You have to get over your pain to shower your kid with asmachia beRebbe. You think it was easy for Rebbe? He sees Reb Elazar Reb Shimon's son, and this is quite an avera. I mean, this is like it's not that he's eating chazar on Yom Kippur. This is like paying 4 times the amount of the, like, why? First of all, as a Pilisha, what gets me upset is, why are you overpaying? Put that aside. What in the world? I mean, how painful, but he knew there's only one. The worse the sin, the more we need to fix the inside. And don't think for 1 second that pain and more pain is going to fix the inside and bring people closer. So that's our job. You should text your kids constantly. Find ways to make it normal so they don't say, like, if you text, like, I love you so much and I'm proud to be your dad, they're going to text back like, okay, who took my father's phone? Or, Mom, are you dying? Is there something we should know? We have to build it up naturally, but they should feel that you are proud of them. Put your asmachi, your smicha of your name on them. Back them up even when they're down. And be'ezus Hashem, they'll all come back 100% and do tshuva me'ahava from your love. And all the averos become mitzvahs, and they'll bring you tons and tons of Yiddish nachas. And please prove me right. I get to see years later those emails from people. I could show you just today I got from somebody. You have to have patience, but I'm doing this long enough to know that when you have patience, eventually they're all going to come back. We should be zeichet to see it tonight. That's what I keep on saying. Hashem, I know it's going to happen. Just a little quicker, please, because Yom Echad, by one day by Hashem is 1,000. How does it go? Ki elef shanim beinecha ki yom esmo. Right? So a day by Hashem is like 1,000 years from us. So please don't do it tomorrow in your lifetimes, because that's 1,000 of our years. Right? That's the way it goes. Right? We need it like ahora, immediately, achshav. Right? We need this now. But until then, you just keep on doing the right thing. Keep on being asmachi beRebbe. Show them that I'm proud of you. Send them money. Take care of, if they have pain, you defend them, and you be there for them, and you do everything you can. And the Baba Rebbe I just saw from Reb Shlomo says also the same thing. So many tzaddikim say the same thing. If you want to go ahead and bring people back to do tshuva, care about their gashmias. They should have no chayli, no sickness, no anguish, no madve, no worries. Take care of them. We have to take care of these people, begashmias and benafshis, the mental anguish of these people. Take them out of depression, take them out of loneliness, make them feel beloved. Beloved. Hashem said to us. We have to show them we love you more than anything in the world. And a lot of parents, you get there. A lot of parents tell me, I got there. I love this kid as much as my other kids. And some of you tell me, because when you invest, the ahava, the shirish of ahava is have, giving. Some of you give so much that the parents tell me, I used to hate this kid. Some of them say nebuch even. I wouldn't have minded, if he would die, Rahman al-Itzlan. Some parents said that. But now, I love this kid more than my other kids. A lot of parents, once you get on the other side, these are the kids that are going to repay you and take care of you, and your bond is going to be so great. First thing is to get out of the negative, right? The minus NKN from bad advice and thinking that they need consequences and boundaries and all of that. Getting that NKN up to 100, and then do everything you can to follow this plan.